everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Lansky, about Meyer Lansky, the notorious gangster. This is now after he retires. I just started it, but IMDb says it's like after he retires and the feds are investigating him about millions of dollars that he stashed away, over his gangster period. And so he's telling the story of, the untold truth about his life. So it seems like it's Harvey Keitel right now speaking as Meyer Lansky in the retired sense. Also in it is Minka Kelly is in it. Who else did I see in here? Oh yeah, Sam Worthington, Harvey Keitel, like I mentioned. That's all I recognize right now. But I'm sure other people will reveal themselves, and I'll let you know. It's 7.1 on IMDb, but only 52 people have rated it so far. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's 1 hour and 59 minutes. So let me get into it, find out a little bit more about it, see if there's anybody else in it, and then ultimately let you know what I think. Stick around, I'll be back.
$1 million. They accuse me of me.
Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. I almost forgot what I was doing. We're watching Lansky. We're at the 1 hour, 3 minute, 41 second mark, so just over halfway in. But it is, it is interesting because I'm engaged. I almost didn't even check in because I was really involved in this film, but there's one thing that made it click. So Sam Worthington is a author, right, who's struggling right now, and Harvey Keitel is playing Meyer Lansky. I was saying Meyer, it's Meyer, like Oscar Meyer Lansky. Anyway, he plays him, and he wants to tell him his story, so he'll write a book about him, about the untold truth. So that's really what it's all about. They're meeting, and he's sharing the stories with him, and he's going to be writing them. And he's separated from his wife, Sam Worthington's character, David, and he hasn't had a successful book in a long time, so he's kind of behind on payments, so on and so forth. So, and it's really about the flashbacks of all the stories that he's telling. That is really interesting and fun to follow. Like, I've seen other movies about Meyer Lansky and Lucky Luciano, Benny Siegel, all that kind of stuff. One that I remember, it was Mobsters. I think it was Patrick Dempsey. I'm gonna look that up. But Christian Slater, some good cast in that one. That was a good one. This one is just, so far so good. Now, there are some areas of opportunity already for me, and it's evolving. So I met Sam Worthington is separated from his wife and his children, and he's staying at a hotel. Well, he bumps into Minka Kelly, right? That's her name. Anyway, and she's there, and they start hitting it off. But it's really a quick kind of immediate thing. It seems like he talked to her once, and next thing you know, they're kissing, and so that piece of it, I thought, okay, a little strange there on how quick that happened. And then there's the other pieces too. I mean, I don't think this is that bad, but it stuck out to me that when he's doing flashbacks, there's a little time jump, in a sense, and I guess. Like the example is Meyer Lansky meets his future wife, and then the very next scene is them being married with 2 kids, kind of thing. So there's a big gap there. But his wife is played by, at least his first wife, is played by the girl from, I think her name is AnnaSophia Rudd, I think. But she played Soul Surfer. She was the surfer in Soul Surfer. So, all right, that's where we are right now. But it's very interesting. I'm hoping it continues this way and maybe even gets a little bit better. I don't see it right now as a 7, but it's got potential. So let me get back to it, see where it goes from here, and give you a better idea and my final thoughts. Stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Lansky, and I'll say, while I'm not disappointed, it's definitely not a 7. Still didn't flip me on that one. I enjoyed it. It had me very engaged in the story. I love seeing the, I really like these kinds of stories. It's based on true life events, and it said that in the beginning. No pictures at the end of the real life people. just a couple of blurbs at the end of what happened, like, you know, basically giving him credit for building casinos and what we have today and how much money they make and the people that it employs. Production designer, I don't know. Said April Lansky. I don't know if maybe that was a relative that participated in this. I don't know. But yeah, so it's good in spots, I would say, and it's really the storytelling aspect that I enjoyed, the flashbacks about it. I don't know if I was crazy about the younger Meyer Lansky, but whatever. It was really the story that interested me, on what maybe we didn't know. I mean, it didn't seem there was nothing earth-shattering. Then the whole thing is in real time. No, they're still after him, and evidently there's money that he has hidden somewhere that the feds are really trying to uncover. And, you know, so there's that little piece of it as well. So the book writing, and the story behind Sam Worthington's character, and then the feds coming in and trying to find this money kind of stuff. So that piece of it, the present day stuff, is the stuff that, I don't know, like kind of lowers my score on the movie, if you will. So that's the part with Minka Kelly and Sam Worthington's character hitting it off like, you know, love at first sight kind of thing. You know, so underdeveloped there. And I also felt like, and Sam Worthington and Harvey Keitel, that he's interviewing him, and that's where all the flashbacks come from. And I could see how they could, you know, after spending all this time together, build up a friendly relationship between the two of them. Now, you know, I don't know how to say this without spoiling it, but, you know, I think the fact that Meyer Lansky can be portrayed as forgiving, in a sense, after they show all this whole backstory of everything and what he did in his criminal life, seems strange to me. So, I don't know, that piece of David Stone was Sam Worthington's character. So, and John Magaro played the young one. So, there you go. Harvey Keitel was fantastic. I liked him. And there's really not too much wrong with Sam Worthington's acting. I think there was pieces of it that was poor writing, in his sense. Not that he had bad lines, it was just pieces. You'll see what I mean when you watch this, without going into too much, you know, into too much detail, because I don't want to, again, spoil it for you. So there's that piece, and that's really the thing that I think lowers the score for me, the whole present day stuff, even though Harvey Keitel was good and things. So, you know, it's a tough one for me. I liked it, but I'm more at a 5 or a 6 than I am closer to a 7, that's for sure. Long, and that's the other piece I was trying to think of, like, okay, it was like an hour and 59 minutes long, is that what we said it was? Yeah, hour and 59 minutes long. You don't want it any longer than that. So I think they'd have to cut out other pieces of it in order to create more, you know, more development between different characters, whatever. I'm belaboring that fact. But, you know, there's just a couple of things that stand out to me. The forgiveness, the lack of development of relationship, and that's it, really. So, but you'll see what I mean. It just doesn't hit home for me. But, I don't know, I was hoping for more information at the end, more information about David Stone. If this was really based on him, you know, writing the book and stuff like that, I'm sure I could research it, but I don't want to research it. I want it all given to me from this movie that I invested 2 hours into. So, alright, that's it. Hopefully I was helpful. I try not to spoil it for you, or I could talk even more. But there you go. Check it out. I think it's worth it. It's on Amazon Prime. I think it's also on Redbox. So it's out there for you. If you do, go ahead and drop some comments. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and continue to tune in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.